As a pick boss, usually our picks start at 9 o'clock. When in the summer, when it's really hot, sometimes we start at 8. But as a pick boss, I'll get here, make sure I know how to get here 15 minutes before. I always call the owner, tell them we're here, appreciate that we're allowed to glean on their property. Then I wait for our volunteers. Our volunteers are usually right on time. They're great. I know a lot of them just because of the frequency that they pick. So we come in first. I'll look at the slope and see, you know, if it's dangerous in certain places, slippery. If it just we had a rain in the wintertime, it's usually can be sometimes muddy and wet. So we have to scope that out first. I'll look and see what trees are ready to pick, because a lot of times, as we are in this one, we're in between the season. So they're just starting to ripen, these lemons. And then get to know introduce myself to the pickers if there's new ones, and then show them how to pick. They're going to use the clippers or the poles, or just snapping it off if it's ripe. And then I go around and I take pictures of each one individually. And then at the ending, when we have our 28 bags, I usually fit between 700 and 900 pounds in my car, my RAV. So we'll bring them all in there and take a big picture first of all of us. And then I'm off to the feeding agency. So I'll take the picture of them. And then when I get home, either that day or the next day, I'll email with all the pictures to all the pickers, thanking them again for their volunteer work, and also the feeding agency, and also the grower. All right, hi, today we're at the Rolls residence in Rancho Santa Fe. We have just about 9 or 10 trees, but today we have a variety of trees. So we have grapefruit, tangelos, about 4 lemon trees, as well as a tangerine tree. So when I have the volunteers come, we try to distinguish what is good fruit and what is bad fruit. So just to give you an idea here, this is a grapefruit ready to pick. So I just usually snap it away. There it is. And you can see it's ripe. So you could see Bernie's using a clipper, because sometimes if you pick the tangerine, so we can pick one that's not going to be appropriate.
Is there a certain method of doing it that's...
Well, I usually get right up to the stem and just snap it off, or you can use the shears, you know. We do this one here, so the same thing with this, just a little snap. You can take off the stem if you like, but this is good, a good piece of fruit. There's sometimes that there's snail damage, but as long as it doesn't penetrate into the fruit, it's still good. So this one's still good. This is a pretty slopey yard. So the nice thing is it's not wet, so we're not going to be slipping now. If I had this when it was wet, after rain or something like that, I would be reluctant to send some of our volunteers up here because it's kind of dangerous. But there's a lot of grip on the ground today, so that's pretty good. Okay, so unlock it. Well, to tighten it, just turn to the right. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. So left loose, and then you could just find the right spot, and then we'll throw it down. See, go as high as you want, and then just tighten it up. Now, none of these are ripe, so I'm just going to show you as an example. So if I were to go up to the top here, I just go like this. Okay, you see how it's in the basket, and I'd snap. As soon as I snap, it's going to come in for me. So I just go up here, and I snap. There it is. And I usually can put 5 in there, 5 at one time. If we have too much fruit, which sometimes it's going to happen like that, I can put usually, like I say, 28 to 30 bags. That's about 800 pounds. So that's a lot. So if there's more, I just tell Mackenzie or Shannon that we can come back to the property. And then on the other hand, if there's not enough fruit, or if it's not ripe yet, I'll also email them and say that we don't have, we're not ready yet, you know, so we'll come back maybe in a month or so.